If your cruise is stopping in Messina, Sicily, you have a lot of choices for how to spend your day. You can stay in Messina, take a cruise line excursion, visit Taormina or the Godfather filming locations, or do something a little different and cross the Strait of Messina to mainland Italy. That's what we decided to do. This was our second visit to Messina aboard Celebrity Constellation. On our first visit in 2024, we took one of the popular Godfather tours into the hills outside Messina, including Savoca. We enjoyed that day, but this time we wanted something different. My wife has family roots in Calabria, just across the strait, so this seemed like a perfect opportunity to explore part of mainland Italy. We got off the ship fairly early and walked over to the ferry terminal. From there, we took the ferry across the strait to Villa San Giovanni. The ride was only around 20 minutes, which really shows how close Sicily and Calabria are to each other. Once we arrived, we met our guide. The tour we had booked was supposed to be a 3-hour walking tour of Reggio Calabria, but he had a car and offered to expand the itinerary. That completely changed our day. Instead of heading straight to Reggio, we drove north and made a few scenic stops along the way. Our first major stop was Scilla, and it quickly became one of my favorite places of the day. Scilla has that classic southern Italian seaside look, with mountains behind the town, colorful buildings along the coast, fishing boats on the water, and the sea stretching out in front of you. Above the waterfront sits the Castle of Scilla, perched dramatically on a rocky point. It's one of those places where almost every direction gives you another great view. We walked through part of the town while our guide told us about the area. He had personal connections to Scilla and even pointed out a house that his father had helped build. That was one of the first moments where I really appreciated having a local guide. We weren't just hearing facts about tourist attractions. We were hearing stories about the people and the community. We also visited a church and spent some time at a lookout before continuing south toward Reggio Calabria. Once we arrived in Reggio Calabria, one of our first major stops was the Cathedral of Reggio Calabria. We went inside and spent some time looking around before continuing through the city. From the cathedral, we began walking toward the waterfront. Along the way, our guide pointed out a doorway associated with the first Versace boutique. Gianni Versace was born in Reggio Calabria, and without our guide explaining the connection, we probably would have walked right past it. Eventually, we reached the Lungomare, the waterfront promenade in Reggio Calabria. This was one of the highlights of the city. You can walk along the water with Sicily visible across the strait, palm trees lining the promenade, and wide open views in almost every direction. While we were there, something completely unexpected happened. We started seeing firefighting airplanes flying extremely low over the water. They would descend toward the strait, scoop up seawater, and then climb back into the air to help fight wildfires in the surrounding area. Obviously, the reason they were there wasn't a good one, but watching those aircraft operate that close to us was incredible. It became one of those unplanned moments you remember long after the trip. After the waterfront, we stopped for a lemon granita. It was hot, we had been walking quite a bit, and it was exactly what we needed. We continued through Reggio Calabria and saw Roman archaeological remains incorporated right into the modern city. Our guide also explained how earthquakes and tsunamis have shaped Reggio Calabria over the years. That history helps explain why parts of the city look newer than you might expect from a place with such ancient roots. Near the end of the tour, we made one final stop at the Aragonese Castle for some photos before heading toward the ferry. By this point, it was obvious why this private tour had worked so well. What was supposed to be a 3-hour walking tour had turned into nearly 5 hours of exploring Scilla and Calabria. That kind of flexibility is really what you're paying for with a private tour. I don't think private tours are automatically the best choice in every port. Cruise line excursions are convenient, third-party group tours can save you money, and sometimes exploring independently makes the most sense. But a private guide can adjust the day as you go. If something is worth seeing, you can stop. If you want more time somewhere, you can take it. And if the itinerary changes completely, that can actually turn out to be the best part of the day. The one thing we did have to be careful about was the ferry schedule. Because this wasn't a cruise line excursion, getting back to Celebrity Constellation was our responsibility. Instead of returning through Villa San Giovanni, we ended the tour near the Reggio Calabria ferry station and took the ferry directly back across the strait to Messina. Once we were back in Messina, we still had enough time to walk over to the Messina Cathedral and the famous astronomical clock. We had already missed the noon performance, but we were able to look around the cathedral and surrounding square before heading back to the ship. So, was the private tour worth it? For this day? Absolutely. The biggest benefit wasn't simply seeing more places. It was having the flexibility to turn a basic walking tour into something much more interesting. Scilla ended up being one of our favorite stops. Reggio Calabria surprised us, and crossing from Sicily to mainland Italy made this a very different kind of cruise port day. If your cruise is stopping in Messina, don't assume you have to stay in Sicily. Calabria is just a short ferry ride across the strait, and with some planning, visiting Scilla and Reggio Calabria during a port day is absolutely possible. For us, the private tour turned what could have been a simple 3-hour excursion into one of the most memorable days of the cruise. Stay tuned for more videos from our 2026 travels and an early look at our plans for 2027.